Hello, I'm Anand Naidu in Washington. The main story is brought to you by Al Jazeera. The United Nations has been holding an emergency session to discuss Pakistan's flood disaster. It says as many as 8 million people need urgent humanitarian assistance. And after a slow start, it's now received around half of the $460 million required to help. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton made a direct appeal to the U.S. public for aid money, while increasing her country's aid commitment to more than $150 million. The last U.S. combat brigade has left Iraq nearly 7.5 years after the U.S.-led invasion. Their departure comes ahead of President Obama's August 31st deadline. A further 6,000 troops are set to leave before the end of the month, and 50,000 will stay to train Iraqi forces. But there are fears the country is not ready to take over.
Well, their role is to not handle the situation. Their role is to sit back and let the Iraqis do it, to advise them on how to do it, to help train them to do it, but not for the U.S. to do it. Now, say it came down to a situation where the government, the Iraqi government, felt like they couldn't hold the position and they needed the Americans for backup. Of those 56,000 troops left, a good 30,000 of them are either infantry or special forces. They hold an immense amount of combat power, and it could be a very easy agreement between the Iraqi government and the U.S. government, a request for support that could quickly bring the Americans to the aid of the Iraqis.
Direct talks between Israel and the Palestinian Authority could be, quote, imminent, according to U.S. officials. A spokesman for the U.S. State Department claimed on Thursday that the two sides are very close to agreeing on a framework for negotiations. A statement of agreement is reportedly being discussed by members of the so-called quartet. There are reports out of Haiti that musician Wyclef Jean has not made it onto the list of approved candidates for November's presidential election. The Reuters report cites a member of Haiti's Electoral Council as its source. Haitians go to the polls on November the 28th to elect a successor to President René Préval. A nationwide strike in South Africa has entered its second day, with police firing rubber bullets at angry crowds of strikers. More than 1 million state workers are taking part. They're demanding an 8.6% pay rise, having already rejected the government's previous offer. And those are our top stories. Don't forget, you can keep up to date with all the news on our website, and that's at aljazeera.net/English.